Today we will be discussing problem number 3 on our cost sheet. Before we start for problem number 3, the problem involves certain additional points, that is work in progress, and we should first discuss what is the meaning of work in progress. Work in progress is simply unfinished goods or stock of unfinished goods at the end of a period. In any factory, there will be 3 types of materials. One will be the raw material, which will be used in manufacturing the finished goods. Second will be the finished goods from which are completely produced and just need to be sold in the market. The third category of materials are the semi-finished goods or goods which are not completely produced. Okay, these goods are also known as work in progress. Certain processing has been completed on these goods, but these goods are not completely produced. So the stock of work in progress needs to be adjusted properly in the cost sheet, and in this problem we are going to discuss how the stock of work in progress is adjusted. It is normally the same procedure which we follow for the stock of materials, which we had done in the problem number 1. We will add the opening stock of materials and we will deduct the closing stock of materials. So just let us take a look at problem number 3. From the following information, calculate the works cost or factory cost. Factory cost is also known as work cost. So many a time you may be asked to calculate work cost, so you should not be confused that this was not taught. Work cost is nothing but factory cost. So calculate the work cost or factory cost from the following information. First is the direct material of rupees 80,000, direct labor 22,000, direct expenses 5,000, factory overheads, consolidated value of factory overheads is given 12,000, work in progress opening stock 13,000, and work in progress closing stock 7,000. So let us start with the problem number 3. We will give the heading of statement showing factory cost, particulars, and 2 amount columns. One by one we will start our entries. The first entry is the direct material of 80,000. So direct material of 80,000. Next is direct labor of 22,000. Direct labor 22,000. Next is direct expenses 5,000. So direct expenses 5,000. Now what we will do? We will take the total of all these 3 amounts, and that total will be called the prime cost. So prime cost comes to 1,07,000. To this prime cost we will add factory overheads. Factory overheads, how much are given? 12,000 rupees factory overheads are given in the sum. So I will add 12,000 rupees for factory overheads, and we will get factory cost, but this is not the final factory cost. So I will write it factory cost gross. Okay, gross factory cost is 1,07,000 plus 12,000, 1,19,000. Now to this gross factory cost we will add opening stock of WIP. I will write WIP. It's a short form for work in progress. Yeah, work in process. Opening stock of WIP is 13,000. I will add opening stock of WIP and deduct closing stock of WIP. Closing stock of WIP is 7,000. Okay. Deduct the closing stock of WIP, that is 7,000. Now this is a less figure, so it will be better if we write it in the with the minus sign or with a bracket sign. Now once you add 13,000 and deduct 7,000 from this figure, you will get final factory cost, and we will call it net factory cost. Okay, net factory cost. And how much that will be? We will take this figure, we will add and less this figures, 1,19,000 plus 13,000 plus or minus 7,000, and we get the amount 1,25,000, and this is the final value of factory cost. This brings us to the end of the problem number 3.